Welcome to another episode of Homestead Fabricator. Just got my van out of the parking spot over there, and I'll show you some pictures of how bad it was stuck. So now to get this cleaned off, go do my errands and see what other trouble I can get into today. That's the snow that was stuck, and no way could I back up. And my shovel is at home. I should have left the shovel here. Then the tires dug themselves in. Was able to rock it just right. And powered out, and I turned my wheels hard to the right, got it rocking backwards, and then as soon as I felt it move at the right time, dropping into drive, quick turn the wheel back to the left and powered out that way. Yeah, it was, van was running for a while, as you could see by the little melted hole by the exhaust, so that was a trip. Steep downhill. Good thing with fresh snow, it hasn't really gotten packed down and turned to ice yet, so you have a whole lot more traction. But when it's real, you barely have a two cars could barely pass you. You're gonna have to go in pretty slow because of all this snow piled up here. These people just park here at the end of their driveway and walk up. It's way too steep. It's as steep as this hill. I mean, you can't see it, but it is probably easily a 20-foot rise. You know, so I just hit it with momentum, maintain steady throttle, and even ease off a little bit. Just carry momentum. You don't need to be going fast to get up these hills. You know, so someone with a four-wheel drive is going to be able to, you know, get up here a lot easier, but I'm in no hurry to get down these roads. And then a little ways up here, the road turns to like a pretty black surface underneath, like right where that road seems to clear up, and the sunlight gets through the snow easier and melts off a lot better right at about this intersection here. It looks, well, with my glasses, it looks like it's going to be storming here or snowing or something. But it's hard to see what the camera shows. I'll have to check that out in better lighting. Well, it looks like some snowmobiles have been going down here. Either that or people driving up on the snowbanks. It's hard to describe how beautiful this looks. The camera just does not do the sights justice here. It is so beautiful out here. If the roads were better, it'd be if this got plowed better out here, it'd be totally awesome living out here, you know, meaning, you know, salted roads. But the water supply is right where I started this segment, so you gotta be careful how much you salt, or that's going to end up in the water supply. And even though I'm a mile and a half away, that, you know, that's crap, you know, in the water that you don't need to filter out. You know, the less salt you use, and they do a pretty good job sanding out here. Well, that's a lot better than salting. So yeah, I'd be out running the snowmobile, but I got a couple. Some places I got a month's worth of snow to blow out here, so. Yeah, the snowbanks are right at the window height at the door. Holy Christ. Holy man. That snowbank is as tall as the van. I'll park the van right here and get out and show you. It's almost as tall as the van. I'm holding the camera right at the height of the van. You can just see it. I mean, it's as tall as the van. Step back here across the way. Really show you. Yeah, neighbors, really nice on keeping it plowed. All that snow had just come from what the snow plows in, and what comes out of here. So you have a place to turn around here, you know. But man, Yeah, tomorrow I might just run this. I have to check the plugs on the snowmobile, see if it's burning clean, and investigate that belt squeal. Because if I can't figure out what the belt squeal is, if it's not the clutch or the clutch belt, well, I'm done running that thing for the year, and especially if the carbs need cleaning, because it's a little too cold for me to clean them. So let's get back there and see how buried the snowblower is. Not too deep getting in here, but it's mostly to the top of the boots, and in places it was knee deep, and that's where I ran the snowblower 2 weeks ago. So we had over a foot of snow, and then it was snowing and blowing with 50-mile-an-hour winds, so it drifted in pretty good here. So gotta get this cleaned out, get the skid shoes adjusted on there, because that is at, you know, scraping right on the ground, so I gotta raise that up just a little bit. Funny thing is, I left the push broom I need in the semi-truck, because that's where I keep it for sweeping out trailers, and I could use it here to sweep this off. I guess I'll never learn. And not my usual video, so I'll be doing a little talking today while I'm working. Get a spot cleaned out so I can sit down and get the skid shoes. At least I can count on this snowblower to start. Get better, it's brand new. Then you can pay a small fortune for it. Now, some people it's a big fortune, so it's all relative. I bought this Husqvarna ST224 mainly because I was tired of getting cheap snowblowers when I don't have the time to fix it. You have to decide what is your time worth, you know, versus how much it's going to cost to fix it. Either, you know, cost to fix it yourself in time, or, wow, you gotta have several inches of slush here froze down. You gotta watch how close to this side of blow, because there's a snowmobile cover buried in the snow. Always have to do one swat in, come back on the same path. There's also a hunk of wood down in there somewhere. At least I walked where the last path I blew with the snowblower. I found out that there is a vintage snowmobile ride, I think in Oconto County and other places. So I might fix up and restore that Polaris just for that, for like one ride a year. Okay, that's enough. Just as simple, I put a 1/2-inch wrench under it. Don't need that much clearance, but I don't have anything else of reliable thickness in here. It's all, you know, 100-some feet or so that way through 2 feet of snow. So I got a little more clearance than there was before. At least it's not scraping right on the ground. So get this fired up and get on clearing with the snow. Gotta be close to half a tank or less, so to the car I go. Throttle.
choke, key in. On with the fuel valve. Okay, so I didn't drain it, but it doesn't matter. Very cold start. Oh, I have primer. That would help.
As you can see, folks, I got a lot of snow done. Thank goodness I spent the money on that snowblower, because if I was trying to do it that 5-horse, it would have taken me easily 5 hours to do what I did with this snowblower in about 2.5 to 2 hours 45 minutes. Yeah, it stinks to spend the money, but you know, if you want to get a good snowblower, you're gonna have to spend the money unless you could find a good deal on a used one. And I got tired of trying to get used ones running and working, and then have problems with that 5-horse not starting, and you know, then the recoil broke. So yeah, the Husqvarna T224 ST224 feels like it's got at least an 8-horse motor on it. I have to check the CCs of it to be sure. But yeah, I could have used even bigger motor. I could have used the 12-horse motor on there with the amount of snow I was going through. And so you could, yeah, as you can see, this snow here was just packed in pretty good. Some of it was a bit icy. I'm down as far as it would go. Yeah, it wouldn't dig through the snow anymore. So some spots it went down to the ice, and some it just barely broke through the crust. It was under all this snow, and this snow has not been plowed for a month. And it's all the snow we've gotten in February here for the most part. And it's going to be a real fun trying to run the snowmobile back there and all that powder, but now how can you not enjoy the view here? Just look at that. I did not realize how beautiful this was, you know, with all the snow until today. It's absolutely amazing. Just think, once the house gets built, I'll be able to enjoy this view pretty much every day. Well, I went and helped the neighbor for a while. 45 minutes with that. I did at least 2.5 hours here. I got from basically where that snow part gets narrow, where that big hump is. Got that cleared. This cleared up by the garage. I'm not going in there because there's something I could hit with the auger. The length of the garage on this side, that was deep. That was auger housing deep. Most of this was boot deep snow, so that was at least a foot. A lot of it was knee deep. Some of it was just under 12 inches, maybe 8 to 10. But if I had four-wheel drive, I could easily get in here and turn around. There's enough room to turn around. I did all the way up to the cabin shed, basically 2 cars wide. That's it for this weekend, folks. Take care of yourself and be careful when you're doing this much work in the snow, and make sure you take frequent breaks to rest up and hydrate. Now for a little bonus footage. I was able to drive back here with the van. So yeah, if I had to, I could get back here to get something out of there. But yeah, you gotta watch it with that. Oh, be quiet, seatbelt. Yeah, I got a good sun flare here. And if this was glare ice, you would have no traction. There is no way I would have tried getting in here. So I gotta swing a little wide here. It's all downhill. Famous last words, all downhill from here. And back out to the driveway. I estimate if I did what my neighbor, with what my neighbor plows here, if I were to do all that, it would be a good 4 hours. So yeah, this is not the place for electric. I was thinking of a 2-stage battery snowblower, but it just isn't for me. I'd have to have at least an hour of run time with a half-hour recharge time to really make it worthwhile, because then I could work for an hour, recharge and hydrate for an hour.